Hi there, welcome to No Nonsense Whiskey Live. As I've just seen on here, Gregor says a countdown. Yes, indeed, I have a new countdown, although I have to say it is part of StreamYard's systems, but hopefully you're liking that sort of thing. If you think I should make one for myself, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Now, as you guys have seen, I don't do many live streams anymore, but today is a special one. I'm going to be doing the pre-show, the warm-up for Roy over at Aqvavitae at 9:45 tonight. That's in 45 minutes from now. He's going to be going live with a Christmas blind challenge. I'm going to get into that in a little bit and explain what that is if you haven't seen one of his blind challenges before. But it's a pretty exciting thing. We're going to be doing all Christmas stuff. You can see there's a bit of mayhem going on here, but I'll get into that in just a moment. Let's jump into the actual chat and see who joined us early and who we've got in the chat today. I think it's going to be a busy one today, so thank you for everybody who is coming across. Some of the people that jumped in before the stream started, we had Mark JG saying pre-show. We had Kresimir, of course. Thank you very much. He's thirsty. I'm thirsty too. I actually usually do have a little dram before I start a live stream just to kind of wet the pipes a little bit, but I haven't done that today. I wanted to keep this completely fresh. No whiskey in my veins right now. Who else have we got in here? We've got Chris Brown is in. Thank you very much for joining. So far, all YouTube people, but if you're on Facebook or Twitch, do let me know. I do like to know that is going out to you guys and you're enjoying that content over on those platforms. And of course, if you're not a big fan of YouTube and you prefer those platforms, then please do go and give me a follow on those platforms. I'm NN Whisky on Twitch and of course, No Nonsense Whisky on Facebook. We've got Che, or is that Shay or Che? Che Francis, thank you for coming in, my friend. Cheers for that. I think, did I say hello to Whiskey Central? I'm not sure, but in any case, hello, Whiskey Central. Graham Fraser is in here as well, mentioning a lot of barflies are going to be in tonight. Hopefully, yes. If you've never seen me before, by the way, I am VinPF, No Nonsense Whiskey. This is me right here. Hopefully you enjoy the content tonight. My usual content is reviews at least once or twice a week with some extra special stuff in between as well. Hopefully, I'll earn your subscription click. But if not, not to worry, no problem at all. Let's see who else we've got in today. There you go. I think I said Graham Fraser already, but anyway, nice one. Cheers for coming in, Graham. We've got Alistair Gray in as well. He's going to be modding for us tonight on Aqvavitae stream. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there in person on the stream because I have to be quiet come 10 o'clock because baby in the next room. But I will be in the comments in the chat, as we'll explain in a moment with all of this. Billy Saunders is in. Let's see if Roy throws in a Tomatin. He could well have done. He could well have done. We'll talk about what's in these whiskies in a bit. I actually don't know, of course, but there's a theme. There's a theme. Tom's in tonight. Thank you very much for coming in. Prepping the palate with the Dingston 12. Love it. Greg, Whiskey Guide is in. We've got Jimmy Legg is in. Nice one. It's the pre-show. Yes, it is the pre-show. If any of you guys are watching that have been around for a while, most of you are, you'll know I did this last year as well for Roy's Christmas live stream. And it's a lot of fun, because I can't go for 2 hours like Roy does. Let's be fair about it. So I have to have me 45 minutes, then I can enjoy his stream and drink my heart's content. Who else have we got? Of course, I think I said about Gregor in before. Time for a dram. Nice one. We've got the Whiskey Novice in. I'm going to keep scrolling. There's lots of people in. If I don't say hello to you now, I'll try and catch up with you again in a bit. And again, of course, if you're on Facebook or Twitch, do shout out and let me know because it's nice to see that there's a kind of a crowd going out because this is going out to all things. Okay, let's talk about what we're doing today. Now, Roy does these things called blind challenges. I actually took part in this like 3 years ago. Absolutely crazy. He sent me a set. I did pretty well, but I think I got lucky, I have to say. And he's been doing this throughout the years, sending out sets one at a time. But every now and again, last year especially, he did a live challenge. I'll go through the stages of that in case you're not familiar or need a bit of a refresh. But needless to say, it's a lot of fun. And the kind of main point of this is that the whiskies are on trial rather than us. So I'm actually, apart from the first time I did this, I'm not very good at it, I have to say, especially when there's a bit of a theme going on like there is tonight. So these are Christmassy related ones. So I'm going to assume sherried whiskies. You can see from the colour, they're all fairly similar. These two probably a bit lighter than these. Don't know anything more than that. So when they're similar like this, I'm going to struggle to figure out what each one is. Now, Roy sends out this lovely set. You get 5 drams. Obviously, these glasses are mine. I've got my kind of whiskey toppers on here to help you guys decide, but they've got little coloured dots on them. My job today is going to be to pour these whiskies out, try them, nose them, taste them, rank them in order that I like from best to least best. Try not to say worst, because generally speaking, there's probably not going to be awful whiskies in here. I might not like them, but you know, it is one of those things. So for me, it's going to be best to least best. And then on this card here, I'm going to commit to my favorites using these lovely provided big coloured spots. I'm going to hold that up so you guys can all see it. And then at the end of the 45 minutes, we're going to head over to Roy's stream. Everyone else who's taking part in that in the live and in the chat is going to have done this already. They probably aren't watching this stream as well because they don't want to be led by kind of my notes that I'm getting from these things. So they'll all have done that. Roy will collate all that data together. He's got a lot of work to do tonight. And then we're going to be going through this stage here, which is in these envelopes. So again, just to prove, I like to do this. Sticker, sealed, sticker, sealed. So in here, we have some challenges. I won't be doing this on this stream today, so you'll have to watch Roy's stream to find out what the challenges are. But typically, these are 5 questions or statements, and you have to kind of guess which one you think is going to be which. So a good example would be find the whiskey that's over 25 years old, or find the one that's under 25 quid. And those are all mutually exclusive, so there isn't one that's 2 of the things, which makes it more interesting. So then you've got a kind of like an idea about what you might have. And then you have envelope 2, which is a look through the letterbox. And that is the semi-blind reveal. And what he does in here is reveal to us what the whiskies are. The 5 whiskies that are in this set are in this, but not necessarily in the orders that are given here in these little dots, which is kindly, Roy sorts all this out for you. It's really good. Usually when he does this not live, then he does a 3rd envelope, which has the final reveal in it, which we don't have today. So even if I did cheat and open this, which, you can see I haven't. Even if I did cheat, I don't have that final lineup. So I can't tell you, even if I did know, I wouldn't be able to put these in any particular order. So enough messing about. Let's get some whiskies in glasses, and I'll go through each one in turn so you can see, because usually these are brightly coloured, but Roy's gone for some kind of, I guess, similar looking colours on camera. Like, good example, these 2, that's brown, that's black. So I'll keep vocalising that. But yeah, so if you've got any questions about that, make sure you at me so that it highlights nicely on the thing. And of course, if you really want to make it all lights blazing, you can always super chat, that sort of thing. So what I have here, I've already pre-marked the glasses. I've got purple in one of the Aqvavitae glasses and in the blue Evangelist coin, showing off a little bit with my coins. Let's pour that in there. I'm going to put all of the liquid in. Probably won't drink all of these tonight, but I'm going to pour them anyway. So that's purple. I'm not going to smell these yet either. Next up, we've got brown. You can probably just about see that spot there. Brown in my 2nd Aqvavitae glass. So it's got a brown spot there, brown spot down here, and this is in the more black Evangelist coin. Again, a wee little show off. Tip that in there. What I'll do, once I've finished tipping these out, I'll say hello to a few more people to let these kind of breathe in the glass a little. Next up, we've got black. Maybe I should have moved these around a little bit. I just got these out in any old order. This is black, the black spot. And this is it in a no-nonsense whiskey glass. I do have them. Underneath no-nonsense whiskey coin. This is a batch 1 coin. Unfortunately, these have all sold out now. But thanks to everyone who purchased them. They really do help support the channel. For any whiskey channel that's selling these things, they really do help support. Next, we have pink. This is the 4th one. Looks like everyone's having good old chat in the chat with themselves, which is good. I like that. Please do talk to each other. Because obviously I have no guests today. Roy's got guests. This one's my actual no-nonsense whiskey coin. This is batch 2, the 2020 batch. There are a few left, so please do go check them out on my website, no-nonsensewhiskey.com. They're all over there. Finally, we have grey, the grey spot, and this is in the Scotch Test Dummy glass. Underneath, one of my crown jewels of my coin collection, the batch 2, the cask 2 Scotch Test Dummy coin. I have the others as well, but actually I don't have batch 1, cask 1. Yes, I've just seen Whiskey Central says from left to right, purple, brown, black, pink, grey. That's going to change as we go along. So what I'm going to do, before I say hello to a few more people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave these at the front here so you can see, and then I'm going to kind of order them around. You might as well see, I've got some bottles here behind me. This is just for me later. These are the only two sherried Christmassy whiskey things that I've got in my collection right now. So I've got this Glengoyne 18 out on the off chance that maybe one of these might be it, so I can compare. That's kind of cheating a little bit. There you go. Right, so yeah, I've just seen Roy says, watch out for cheats. So let me scroll back up a little bit and we'll see who I've missed. If I miss you, I'm really sorry. We have Ben Marnick in the house. Thank you very much. We've got Reddick in the house. Thanks for coming in. Ben, the Demon Hunter. He says, wow, only 69 people. To be honest with you, my friend, when I do live streams, I'm usually topping out about 30 or 40. So this is definitely the Aqvavitae Barfly influence. Thank you very much for everyone coming along to check out this kind of little warm-up session, let's say, before it goes live. Because I don't know about you guys, but 9:45 is a great time to go live because most of the world is awake by then. But I'm starting to wind down my evening by then, so it's for me it's difficult to go live beyond that. So I'm glad that Roy kind of fills that gap. I tend to go live if I do around about 8 o'clock because it suits me a bit better. We've got Welsh Toro in the house. Thank you for coming in, my friend. I think I've just seen Luna Aaron's name, but I can't see her in my list right now, but I'll probably get to her. But hello, Luna, if you're in. Alan, he's in. Thank you very much for coming in. Pete Head is in. I'm going to show up a few people. Whiskey 101, thank you very much for coming across. Service Alphas is in. Thank you very much. Hell's Wid. I'm not sure if that's just Helen or if it's the both of you together, but anyway, welcome. Jimmy Jazz, Andy C. Scrolling down as well, we've got DH Silv. The Whiskey are your guests. Indeed, my friend. They certainly are. The Whiskey, I like that a lot. I'm going to steal that. I think this has just jumped ahead a little bit. Whiskey Games is in. I've still got your setup here, dude. You can't see it up here, but the domino set. Hopefully you're still making them because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But obviously I've not had much chance to play it over. Obviously I can play solitaire, but I've not had much chance to play with friends and stuff over this period, which has been a bit of a shame. I think I've just got a question. There we go. What have you thought of that 1770? Yeah, this is the Somerton one. Yeah. So getting ahead of myself a little bit, but I'm a member of the Somerton Club, and every 2 months for 50 quid, they send me out a bottle. You never know what it's going to be. But I have to say, I've been a member of theirs for like a year and a half, maybe a bit longer. I've never been disappointed. Sometimes I've opened it up and been a bit like, ooh, that's not something I would have bought. This is a great example, which is this one here. It's they're giving notes of like apple pie and stuff like that, which is fair enough, but it's a really lovely whiskey. It's got a great ABV on it, natural coloured, non-chill filtered, all things that we like. I don't think it's particularly old, but still a quality whiskey. Okay, so I've been on live now for 15 minutes and I am thirsty, so I'm going to take a swig of water. Let's get into these whiskies and see what we've got, because I don't want to rush it too much, but I'm very conscious that I've only got 45 minutes. So the first one then, purple, the big purple. So yeah, as I said, this is a Christmassy related one. I'm just trying to find, I think Roy said something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Blinds Challenge Christmas. So I'm making some rash assumption on sherry notes, but I have to say before I start this, if you've watched my channel before, you'll know I'm not huge on my sherried whiskies because every now and again I get sulfur. So let's see what we get on these and see if we get anything like that. Okay, interesting. Definitely a sherried whiskey. Couldn't say. So I have to say before I even start this, I'm probably unlikely to guess what any of these are because it's not my kind of preferred genre. But I'll give it a go in any case. Let's have a little sip first. Oh wow, that's that's big. Big sherry notes for sure. Big dried fruits, raisins. There's a good ABV on that as well. Let's have another quick sip. Okay, that's like 50 to 52%. So what I'm gonna do? Okay, I've got a kind of my little whiskey cask pen here. On these things here, I'm gonna write the only notes that I take. So I said that's probably 50. to 52%. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So I don't have anything to cleanse. Just water. Ordinarily, if I was doing a big tasting like this, I might do something else to cleanse, but we've only got half an hour from now. So let's go on to brown and see what we've got. I'm eager. So this is brown underneath the blacker Evangelist coin. Getting a little bit darker in colour. If I know Roy, I don't think there's going to be many kind of on the cheaper end of the spectrum. I think he's probably going to have hit his ABCDs of whiskey, that sort of thing. Oh, okay. Similar in nose. Definitely a sherried whiskey again. I would say this is probably a little bit sweeter. Let's try a sip. Okay. This is sweeter to start with, drier on the finish. Dare I say a little bit more sherried, and a slightly lower ABV, I think. So that's my guess on that one. 48%. I'm going dead on with that one rather than a kind of thing. Sorry, I got distracted then because I think, yes, I have. Oh, thank you very much, my friend. Jimmy Legs just given me a super chat. Thank you very much. He said they're probably all bourbons. To be honest with you, I kind of wish they were, because I am more a fan of bourbons than I am sherried Scotch. But it's just one of those things. So far, no sulfur on either of those, so that's a beautiful thing. I can't actually remember what I said. I think I said more sour at the finish, but sweeter, juicier at the front. That's right. I want to keep track of these things because it gets difficult. Okay. Interesting so far. Next up, we've got black. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through these again before I make my decision. It's always a difficult thing to commit to this, but I will. You'll see me stick them to this this sheet of paper. So yeah, under the black sticker, under the black No Nonsense Whiskey coin, and the No Nonsense Whiskey glass, of course. Just a comment for Gregor. Vin, my money's on you now that I'm officially out of the running. Well, we said this last time, but I didn't do very well last time, if you remember, Greg. You did way better than me. I think I did okay on some, but when you get through to the final stages of this, once you get one wrong, you've got two wrong, haven't you? So it's it can be a bit of a challenge. Okay, so this is much lighter on the sherry in your face notes. So far, none of them have been like a kind of sherry bomb, let's say. Way more subdued. Before I've even tasted this, I'll wager this has got probably a little bit less ABV, but let's go. Let's try it on the palate. Interesting. Okay. So this one, something weird happened on the palate there. I'll get to that in a sec. Let's have another little nose. So yeah, again, quite low and subdued on the nose. Definitely sherried, without a doubt. We have another super chat's come in from Ebhead. It said they'll convert you to the dirty and filthy sherry whiskies. Happy holidays, Vin. Happy holidays to you, my friend. Do you know what? More power to them. If you can convert me to sherried whiskies, I'll take it, because when I started my channel 4 years ago, I didn't even like peated whiskies. And I've been trying them steadily throughout the years, and now it's what I reach for, I have to say. On an average evening when I'm looking for a quality whiskey to try, I'll be reaching for either something peaty or something high ABV or something bourbony, that kind of thing. One of those really bold flavors. But yeah, if you can convert me to being preferring sherry, then more power to you. Bring it on. Right, I'm going to try on the palate again. Okay, so it's got some spiciness on the back end. That's like this is almost like that apple pie malarkey that we were talking about over here. Bags of cinnamon. The ABV, although I said the ABV was quite low on the nose, it seems higher on the palate. Okay, so that was black. Ah, here we go. Problem, writing on the black. Never mind. We'll see how we get on. So ABV, I'm going to give a range again, 46 to 48%. And I'm going to write that apple pie thing, because what I might do is pour myself a quick dram of something like this. I don't think Roy's a member of the Somerton Club. If he is, he's kept it quiet, but they might have produced something similar. This is an exclusive for Somerton, but he might have something similar because this is the Glasgow distillery. It's just down the road from him. So maybe it's these guys. You heard it here first. Right. One more sippy sip. Nom, 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 nom. Okay. I do love water. That was a weird thing to do. Sorry about that. Pink. Under the current No Nonsense Whisky coin in one of the No Nonsense Whisky glasses, of course. Oh, here we go. This is like, so when we were talking about dried fruits, I mean, you guys who are into your sherries will know exactly what I'm talking about here. When I'm talking about dried fruits, the kind of raisins, the sultanas, that sort of thing. This is juicy fruits. Have I got any moderators in tonight? Because I'm being bombarded on Twitch. Oh, well, never mind. You guys can't see it who are watching on YouTube. Yeah, this is juicy. Let me try on the palate. Okay. Yes. Way juicier on the palate. A very, very, very slight touch of sulfur coming out of the back end of this. And when I say that, I don't mean it in the negative way that I usually mean it. It's that sulfury, kind of gunpowdery notes that I'm getting from this on the back end, right on the back of the palate. So not a problem. Not a problem, I have to say. Now, I'm enjoying that. It's a lot different to the other one so far. This is way more sherry in your face. It's kind of, again, a bit more of them cinnamon notes on the back end. Way juicier. Hard to pick out the ABV on this one. You'll see why I'm picking on my ABV, because it's really the only thing I can guess at this point. I'm going to say, again, 46 to 48. Little bit of sulfur. Juicy. Fans of the show will know I don't go deep into tasting notes over here. Not that I think it's too nonsensy, but it's just something that I like to kind of air away from, especially when I'm trying whiskies for the first time. What I'll do for my reviews is sit down with a whiskey for as long as possible, ideally weeks, but it could be days. I'll try it over a couple of different days, because if you try a whiskey there and then, you might get a different experience the next day when your mood is different or your tiredness is different. Like today, for instance, it's been a bit of a full-on day with the baby today, so pretty tired. But so my experience of these whiskies might be different tomorrow. So it's not really fair for me to say this is the tasting profile that I get right now. Yes, but it's not the tasting profile. Last one. This is grey. Excuse me. The Scotch Test Dummies coin, the Scotch Test Dummies glass. You see what I did with all of these? This one's, I think, probably the darkest. Yeah, Jimmy Leg's making a good point there. Mouse is at the back here. I have never had sulfur in a whiskey. That's luck, or I just don't smell it or taste it, I guess. Yeah, you're probably right. There's something, I don't know the science behind this, but there's something said that like only 30% of people in the world can detect sulfur in any way, shape or form on their whiskies. And then there's even fewer like me who are kind of put off by it. So even if you do get it, you might actually like those sorts of flavors. But yeah, for me, I used to be incredibly put off by it, but nowadays I'm kind of coming to accept it. I wouldn't say I like it yet, but I'm coming to accept it as part of some whiskies. Oh, another super chat just dropped in from Whiskey Malt Content. Thank you very much, my friend. Cheers from Birmingham, just down the road from me. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, so I don't think I gave any notes on this anyway, but this is again sherried. This is as it's suspected. They are all sherried whiskies of different degrees. None of them have struck me as kind of super sherry bombs. Maybe this one. So it's nice and light-ish for a kind of sherried whiskey. Let's try on the palate. Okay. Whew. I take it back. There's your sherry bomb right there. Oh, I need a moment. I need a moment with that one. That surprised me. That genuinely has surprised me. That's good. That I like that a lot. So very heavily sherried. Very heavily sherried. A lot of ABV on that as well. That's in the 50s again for sure. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I'm trying to pull out some memories about what whiskies that might be. Could it be the 105? Could it be the 105? I like that a lot. There's loads of wood influence on that. Loads of juicy sherry along with the dried. Lots of ABV. So I'm going to say 50 plus. Don't know. I'm going to say 50 to 55. Cheating a little bit. Sherry bomb. Mark gave me a question. Do you hate coriander or tubin? Yes, I do. With an absolute passion. I can eat food with coriander in it, but I prefer not to. And if I have the choice, I'll say no. A good example where I work, they've got coriander on the side every single day, and the person behind the counter every single day says, "Do you want coriander in this?" And I say, "No, thank you. I don't like coriander." And it's one of those things. Don't like coriander. Don't like mushrooms either, but that's by the by. By the by. Can I get rid? Yes, there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through these one more time. How long we got? 15 minutes, give or take 15 minutes. And then I will commit to my preferences. I don't think I'm going to have a guess on any of these about what they are, but you'll see if you go over to Roy's stream in 15 minutes time, then you're gonna see what I choose anyway if I get it right, because hopefully he's going to be collating that in his beep boop beep in his spreadsheets. Okay, starting again. Quick cleanse. And also scroll down because I'm missing some comments, I'm sure. Ben Timmons said, wish I had a sample of my brother's Abuna 65. It could be the Abuna. Don't think the ABV is high enough, to be honest. Because what's the 105? The 105 is 50, isn't it? 50%. Okay, getting ahead of myself. Back to the purple then. What I'll do now is I'll place this one in the middle as my kind of middle ground, and we'll pick which ones I think are better and which ones are worse. Better or less better. Always try to be nice on here. Always try to be nice. James says it's 60%. Fair enough. Chris Brown, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. Love your content. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. To be honest with you guys, I would love to do more of these live streams, and I really should, but we'll talk about that in the new year. Okay, so revisiting. Okay, yeah, to be fair, I do like that. So there you go. That's in the middle. I don't know if you can see. That's in the middle there. Quick cleansey. Yeah, Eped saying about the people getting soap from it, and I get that. Not to 2 minutes now. I just don't like it. Oh, here we go. Do you know what? I knew Welsh Toro would agree with me. Thank you very much, Welsh. He says quite a number of sulphur whiskies. It's awful, expensive ones too, like Longrow and Cavalan. I have to say Longrow I've been okay with, but Cavalan I have a long-standing history of not liking Cavalans, and people can't understand it. Like to the point where I did a blind tasting with Johnny at Spirits People, who sadly no longer creates content for that label. He gave me one sample of blind whiskey, and literally didn't know what it was at all. Smelt it, and I was like, "There's only one whiskey in the world that I've had that smells this bad," and it was the Cavalan Solist Sherry Cask. And he was like, and he just got the bottle out. There it is. Boom. There it is. On a blind tasting, terrible. Didn't like it at all. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do here is sort of flip between the two, I think. because these two are quite similar. I've got to decide which one I like better. These two are very similar, but I think brown edges it just for me. A bit juicier. Make sure I've got these coins the way around now. I think I have. One more cleanse. And then we'll go on to the black, which I said was the apple pie. This is a bit unorthodox, this, but I'm gonna open this and sniff the bottle. Don't judge me. No, that's got way more cinnamony spices to it. There goes that out the window then. Not sure. It might be the same still. They've got lots of different expressions, lots of different cast types. Yeah, it's that. I mean, I do like apple pie. I don't really like cinnamon though, and it's that those kind of cinnamony notes that are making me immediately put this behind these two. I'm going to move these over a bit because I've got a sneaking suspicion that these two might go ahead of the other two. Just the way it is. Okay, so pink. Pink. How about this? I said a bit less ABV. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I did say sulfury notes. But in fairness, they're so low that, okay, so I'm going to have to do some kind of weird stuff here because I need to slot this in somehow. This is exactly what the guys will be doing who are desperately trying to figure out what order they want these in now. Hopefully none of you naughty people are watching. Multi-mission Mene says, you don't like apple pie and cinnamon. What sort of Austrian are you? Not one. Yeah, I am weird, right? So this is a good point. I don't want to get too off piece with it, but something funny about my family is that I like apple crumble, but in reality, what I really like is the crumble part, the kind of, the whatever they make that out of, and the butter and the sugar. The apple bit underneath, I kind of flip it over and I scrape that off first, and I eat that, which just leaves me with the kind of the savoury part on top and the sweet part. I will have like some raspberries in there as well, but I don't really like the cinnamon vibes to it. Just what can I say? I am weird, very weird. I don't even like custard can get off it as well. My family think I'm very weird for not liking custard, but just one of those things. And Luna says crumble. Is it just butter and sugar? Pretty much, yeah. So that's the bit I like. Right, so I need to figure out where this slots in. So let me just move these. Move that there. Which one of these do I prefer? Jimmy Legg says I eat like a 7-year-old. I do, I'm afraid. Only with that, I am a fussy eater, but I'll eat swaths of what I do like. So I guess maybe that is like a 7-year-old. I don't know. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. Is what it is. Oh, here we go. What have I done here? That goes on there. That goes on there. Nearly. This is what happens. This is what happens. Right. So the final one. This was the one that I had kind of my mini epiphany on. Yeah, that's good. That is. That's going tops for me. Okay. So let's see what we've got. Before I line them up, let's dive in. And I think I've probably missed a few people, so I'm going to scroll back up and see if I missed anybody. Here we go. Eric's in. Hello. Says he loves sherry cask whiskies, but also loves sherry, so no brainer. To be fair, I don't like sherry, so there you go. That's probably why. Steven says custard. No, you've gone too far in. I know. I'm sorry. If you have to unsubscribe, that's fine. I can handle that. You know, I just don't like custard. Weird. Says weird indeed. I know. But that's what you guys love, right? That's just what it is. James is in. Thanks very much for coming in, friend. This is, he says, raspberry is awesome. It is. I do like raspberry in stuff. And a couple of years ago, I probably wouldn't have eaten raspberries, but I'm really trying to bring myself out into kind of new stuff. Yeah, rhubarb crumble. No, don't like rhubarb. Sorry. Don't like rhubarb. Don't know why. Just something about it. Ugh. Have I missed anybody else? I think I said hello to Peterhead. Not sure I have. I've also just realised that I've got 90 people watching. That's utterly insane. Thank you very much for everyone who has watched me so far. It absolutely brilliant to see you guys over here. I love doing these things for Roy. Me and Roy have been friends for a long time now, and he's helped me more than anybody can ever know to bring my channel to where it is, and I'll be forever in his debt with it. So, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way at all, because the guy's an absolute legend, and I shall be sticking close to him forever. He can drag me up. I think I saw some more down the bottom. Sorry, I know this is really bad stuff, but Jeff Whisky's in. Blind tasting is a great way to give whiskies you've been off with in the past. Custard whiskey is good whiskey. Do you know what? If they would make some custardy vibe, again, I guess there's a lot of vanilla in custard, right? So we get a lot of vanilla. Maybe I should just spend as much time trying to like custard as I do whiskey, but there's not enough hours in the day, right? Not enough hours in the day. It says, sorry, apologies, didn't mean to put your eating habits on the spot. It really isn't a problem. I get a lot of stick from it from my my home life, so no problem airing that out in front of loads of people. Not a fan of custard or sherry. Time to unsubscribe. It might well be. I'm certainly not going to be doing no nonsense custard anytime soon. That's for sure. Something I am trying to get into is rum. This is another spirit. I'm not overly. It's not that I'm not overly fond of it. I just don't really know much about it. So I sort of picked up a rum fairly recently. This Darkwood thing, which is interesting to say the least. But I'm plugging away at that, and hopefully I'll start producing some more content like that. Okay, so yeah, we've got only a few minutes left, so let me rank these, and then you guys can jump over that way. So I'll move these out here, and I'll stick these on, and I will commit to this on camera. Someone here can take a screenshot of it if they want. So my number one is grey. This is my favourite, grey, and I sort of made a rough guess that might be the Glenfarclas 105 because it's a big sherry bomb, and I don't know of many others apart from the Abuna. There's obviously plenty of sherry bombs, you know what I mean, but from what I've tried, second place is brown, or as I would say from my hometown, Bran. 48% I guessed on that one, and I think I said 50 to 55, but I might be wrong on that number one. So commit to that. No clue. Not even going to remotely guess what that is. It is what it is. Third place, middle place, purple. And I've guessed that at 50 to 52%. Sticky, downy. And then fourth place here. Ironically, the two that I put second to last and last are under my glasses and my coins. Seems a bit of a shame. Never mind. This one here is the slightly sulphury one. I tried these against the other two, and I didn't. It was still a good whiskey. I still enjoyed it, but that's the caliber of the whiskey that Roy sends over. So I put that fourth place, which means last place, black, is the apple pie cinnamony one. Not overly keen on that as a flavour profile in my whiskey, to be honest. And I've put it down actually as the second weakest in ABV, 46 to 48, same as that one. So yeah, there you go. So this is me. First place is grey, then brown, then purple, then pink, and then black. So if anyone wants to screenshot that, there you go. I'm holding it up now. If you don't have to if you don't want to, of course. And I will be in the chat talking about that over with Roy in a moment. And just to remind you guys, if you want to start jumping over that way, feel free. You all know where Roy is. I'll see you over there in moments. But for anyone who's still staying, I'll explain what he's going to do over there. All of those people will have done this already. All of his guests will have done this. So they'll all hold it up. And he'll take screenshots of it and make his little thing. Then they're going to do the challenges, which is a good bit of fun. Tough, really tough, that is. So people will get this wrong. This is the hardest bit. Then we'll get the look through the letterbox. That'll be it's fairly easier once that happens, especially if you know your whiskies well. If you've tried a few, you can start piecing things together then, but you still get it wrong here. And there's 10 points up for grabs. There's 5 points for this and 5 points for this. The actual order that we put them in really make no difference whatsoever to us. You know, this is not a competition about who gets these in the right order, because there isn't a right order. It's personal. It's getting what we think these are right once we have this reveal here. Okay, well, that's me done on the warm-up. Thanks very much for everyone who checked this channel out. Again, if you haven't checked out my channel before, please do hit subscribe if you enjoyed this sort of content. I don't do this sort of thing much anymore, but I am going to start doing it a bit more next year. But if you like whiskey reviews, a little bit in the kind of vein of the inevitable Ralphie, then that's the kind of thing I do, much shorter, so it's easy to digest. So if you haven't seen me before, please do hit subscribe. We'd love to have you over there. But if not, make sure you all go over to Roy now. That's going to go from like the 91 guys here up to like 300 odd. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be in the chat. I'll see you guys on more No Nonsense Whiskey videos, and in about a few minutes' time after we've all managed to go to the toilet and grab a glass of water. See you all later. Much love, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to everybody.